Hey there everyone, welcome back to our Two Smalls YouTube channel, and today we are going to go to Universal Studios Hollywood. Okay everyone, so we have made it here to Universal Studios. Even though it is a Monday, they are still super duper packed.
Now I also have a very special co-host. You may recognize him as the host of The Tonight Show, and that's my jam on NBC. It's Mr. Jimmy Fallon. Take it away, Jimmy.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. Up to your car. We're making sure you get through this experience in one piece. We got the very best guide.
Tram.
And the greatest driver.
Tommy.
They're the best. I love it. Even though
Tram
owes me $5.
Wait, what?
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That's right, Jimmy. We do have a few safety rules to go over. First, if you need guest assistance or you have a medical emergency, or if you drop something of value off the side of the tram, or have any sound or video issues, reach up and grab the red E-cord that runs along the center of the ceiling of the tram, and I'll be back to assist you as soon as it is safe to do so. Otherwise, during the entire tour, please stay seated and keep your arms and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Remember to use a red cord above your head if you need any assistance. The studio is private property, and if at any time during the tour you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull the cord and remain seated. Please no smoking of any kind during the tour. Also be prepared, our tour today features loud noises and a tram won't get wet. Finally, for your safety and those around you, please do not use selfie sticks when you are on the floor. And with that out of the way, we are leaving the theme park world behind and making our way down our Universal timeline. So if you look out to your right-hand side, you might have noticed just a few of the thousands of movies that Universal has made over the years. Now, Universal is very special because in addition to being its own theme park, its own movie studio, Universal is also its own city, or in Universal City right now. And we have a few things that make us a real city, including that fire station over on the right-hand side. Now, that is a real working fire station. The firefighters over there work tirelessly every single day to make sure that we are safe here on the lot. We also have our own post office, our own sheriff station, our very own zip code, and the most important thing that every city needs, a Starbucks coffee. And we have not just one but two different Starbucks coffees here in our little city, and a coffee bean. So there's no shortage of caffeine here, but we are short on one thing, and that is residents. And that we don't have any. Nobody lives here in Universal City, but we do still have a lot of cool stuff that is housed here on our lot, including sound stages. On your left-hand side is our Soundstage 12 and some of our firefighters. But you might be thinking, what is a soundstage and why would someone want to use one? They look kind of boring from the outside. Well, a soundstage is essentially a blank canvas for productions to come in and dress up however they like. They have full control. Now, inside of the soundstage is over to your left-hand side coming up. They have filmed
The best, and they have the smoothest rides for us to play with. Actually, speaking of, if we're gonna get a ride like this, we'd better go talk to Transport now and let these people get back to their tour. Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah. As long as I get to drive. Oh, not if I got the keys. Oh, no. Come on, man.
A true story that just premiered back in June. It stars Katie Cuoco and Chris Messina as they try and start a true crime podcast. And it follows all the hijinks that ensue along the way. If you haven't checked it out yet, I highly recommend it. It is super fun. But just behind my little minion friends, we have these sound stages where they film TV shows like Killing It, starring Frank Robinson from The Office. This is also where they filmed all the interior scenes for NBC's The Good Place, starring Ted Danson and Kristen Bell. Now, speaking of Ted's, you're going to see my very good friend Ted over on your left-hand side. And he's actually toasting us because he is getting his own TV production. We have pre-production, we have the actual filming, and we have post-production. Pre-production is when they will get things like the right story, the right script, the right cast, and that will all start over here in our production bungalow. So some of the production companies that we have here on our lot include Monkey Paw Productions from director Jordan Peele, who gave us films like Nope, Get Out, and Us. We also have 7 Bucks Productions from Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. And coming up on your left-hand side, if you look real close, you might be able to spot a balloon that is And we are now arriving at our Metropolitan sets. Now, our Metro sets have been used to look like many different cities over the years, including New York, Chicago, London. They were even Paris for Billie Eilish's performance for Amazon Prime Day back in 2021. But we're actually heading into one of the most famous parts of our lot right now, our Courthouse Square. Now, you may actually recognize Courthouse Square from Lady Gaga's music video, Edge of Glory. I'm just kidding. You might remember it as Hill Valley, California from the movie Back to the Future. If you look out to your left-hand side, you'll get a gorgeous view of our City Hall with that iconic clock tower right up on top. This is where they filmed all of those famous scenes from Back to the Future and its sequels.
It was actually the back lot, the Courthouse Square, that inspired the entire climax to Back to the Future.
I had scenes up at the clock tower on that lead.
Zone, as well as TV shows including Ghost Whisperer and Rutherford Falls. But as we head out of Courthouse Square, we're actually going to head on into the city, onto our New York Street. And who better to welcome us in than our resident New Yorker, Mr. Jimmy Fallon.
Hey everyone, welcome to New York. I got my start right here in New York on Saturday Night Live. This is actually my old neighborhood. Once got mugged over there. An old woman. Tough lady. This is my favorite hot dog guy. Hey buddy, how's it going? Remember me? No. Just like old times. Gotta love New York City. Hey, I'm walking here. Yeah, it's cool guys. I was just walking there. So it's not exactly New York, but a lot of times when you see New York in the movies, it was shot right here on the Universal Metro sets. If you can make it here, you can make it anywhere. Even if you make it here on the Universal lot.
Alrighty folks, and if you looked out to your left and your right hand side, you might have noticed that there are these big beautiful buildings that are meant to look like the concrete jungle. But these are actually made of mostly plaster, chicken wire, and plywood, and that is for a few reasons. We need these sets that you see to be malleable enough so that if we need to change them out or destroy them for filming, we can do so.
We make this big hole in the street. That was on the back lot. We dropped it from a crane. You dig like that in Chicago, Good idea.
When people ask me of all of the movies I've ever done, what was the most satisfying, the most fun, I've got to say Blues Brothers. We got to sing, we got to dance, got to drive, and trained with the best stunt people in the world, and got to be an actor and a writer. So it was a good piece of work.
Danny called John America's guest because just didn't walk in anybody's house.
During the shooting of the movie, John was missing. We couldn't find him.
Danny went off looking for him. He saw a light on in this one house and knocked on the door.
I said, sir, we're doing a movie down here. We're looking for one of our actors. Oh, John, yeah, he's on my couch. He came in, he had a snack a couple hours ago. He's sleeping. He was America's guest. I mean, literally that happened.
And while our goal right now, after we leave our not-so-concrete jungle behind, we're heading back to Skull Island, everyone.
It's the original kid.
On in is my friend John Hammond.
Welcome to Jurassic World.
Well, that's not good. Well, don't worry, folks. We're safe here on the tram. You know, nothing can get through these super thick windows that y'all have. But if you look out to your left-hand side, you'll see the mobile lab for the Lost World Jurassic Park. And that movie stars Julianne Moore, Vince Vaughn, and of course Jeff Goldblum, reprising his role of Dr. Ian Oh no. I found the dinosaurs. Been more romantic. I mean, who doesn't love a good kiss in the movie, right? But what do we do on the bright sunny days like today when there is no rain, but we need rain for a scene? Well, here at Universal, we are very fortunate to have some of the very best technology available. You might have actually heard of them. They're called sprinklers. We put them way up high in the sky and then they fall down eventually. So we're going to put on a little rainstorm for you. However, thunder is something we would typically add in post-production. That's because when we're filming a scene, we don't want anything that would drown out the voices of our actors. And I think that's enough rain for now, so on the count of 3, we're all gonna yell cut, okay? 1, 2, 3. Cut! Huh. Let's try one more time a little bit louder, folks. 1, 2, 3. Cut! Oh no. No, that's not what I meant. Cars 3 and 4, you might want to look out. If you're sitting in a blue seat today, you might get wet. Just saw in that film.
You can't outrun a wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that.
And from out of old Mexico into the wild, wild west, we're now arriving at our 6-point sets.
This town ain't big enough for the both of us, Jimmy Fallon.
Well, I ain't going anywhere, Jimmy Fallon.
Now look here. Nice folks in this tram don't want no trouble. They just want to check out 6 Points, one of the oldest sets on the Universal line.
I hear this is where John Wayne and Jimmy Stewart shot a few of their westerns.
That's right. That's where I aim to shoot you.
Looks like we got ourselves a Mexican standoff. Lucky shot.
Now what say you mount up and get out of town while the getting's good?
All right. Well, I'll see you again, Fallon.
Oh, you can count on me, Fallon. Now get it.
This is the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
We just have to top it out, that's all.
Inside, across that body of water, are these sound stages where they film The Voice. Now, The Voice is coming back for a brand new season with a brand new coach. Reba McEntire is joining the crew this year alongside coaches John Legend, Niall Horan, and Gwen Stefani. Now before we head over to our next portion of the tour, I just want to take a moment to let y'all know that we are approximately at the halfway mark of our tour. So just a fun reminder to everyone, please remember to remain seated at all times. The studio is private property, and if you drop your phone or just can't wait to use the restroom, pull that red cord to get my attention and I will be back to assist you. But please call their little Europe sets because we're able to dress up these sets to look like any country in Europe that we would like, whether that be France, Italy, Germany. You might also recognize them as the fictional country of Genovia. From Princess Diaries to A Royal Engagement. These are the streets where young Abigail Bresson tells Princess Mabel Marvelous that she's too little, too piccola. But you may also recognize them as the streets of the afterlife from NBC's The Good Place.
You, Eleanor Shellstone, are guests. This location, the afterlife, come on. I've never ever...
Well, it doesn't sound awesome.
Some other things that have filmed out here on our Little Europe sets include movies like Pirates of the Caribbean, as well as Rodgers and Hammerstein's Cinderella from 1997, starring Brandy and Whitney Houston. Our Little Europe sets were also used for a few flashback scenes of the character Angel on the TV show Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Now, Angel was a vampire, but he was not the first vampire to film out in Little Europe. Like I mentioned before, that is the birthplace of the Universal Monster movie. And a few of those...
Raise all the men you can, lock them in indoors, and wait for me. Are you ready? Go! Your position, go! Why don't you shoot it?
And here are a few famous filmmakers on those Universal Monster movies.
When we think of Universal, we think of monsters.
Dracula,
Frankenstein,
The Wolfman,
Bride of Frankenstein,
The Mummy.
The Hunchback of Notre Dame,
The Invisible Man,
Phantom of the Opera,
classic films. They're just brilliantly made.
that Frankenstein image, flat.
That to me was like the essence of the Universal horror film.
Alrighty folks, and it looks like we are getting ready to head on over to Amity Island. Now I did hear there was a little bit of a shark infestation here the other day, but don't worry, I've already sent out my good friend George out into the water to make sure that everything is all clear for us. Me and George are actually supposed to go watch Oppenheimer tonight. We're really excited. We're big Christopher Nolan fans. But let's see if we can spot George from the tram right now. Hey George, no. Oh no, not to alarm anyone, but it does appear that there is still a shark in the water, so everyone just sit tight. George, buddy. George, you gotta get out of the water. Oh no. George, are we still on for later? I'm gonna take that as a no. Alright folks, well, good news and bad news. The good news is I have an extra ticket to Oppenheimer tonight. The bad news is we have lost George. But you know what? It's not too late for us, and that's what matters. So we're going to hide behind these red barrels of gasoline for safety. Folks, give it up for Bruce. However, the same cannot be said of that actual mechanical shark that they used to film Jaws, who was also named Bruce. However, that mechanical shark was actually named after Steven Spielberg's lawyer Bruce. And unfortunately, I have no idea who that Bruce was named after, but I do know that if you've seen the movie Finding Nemo, you might remember that the shark in that movie is also named Bruce, and that is an homage to Jaws. Now, Jaws was not filmed here on our Amity Island, but our Amity Island was used as the small town of Cabot Cove from the TV show Murder, She Wrote. because it is a practical set, which means we can film both inside and outside. It was most recently used in the Halloween episode of the new Quantum Leap series, which stars Raymond Lee as Dr. Ben Song. But it's also been used in movies like The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas, as well as music videos, including LMFAO's Party Rock. But our chicken ranch is just a little piece of our suburbia here on the backlot. The other piece of our suburbia is here on our Colonial Street. Now, Colonial Street is one of the most used portions of our lot, so often to the point that we don't usually get to come down here, but when we do, it is always a treat. Now, you may recognize Colonial Street a little bit better as Wisteria Lane from ABC's Desperate Housewives.
If there is one thing everyone in suburbia can appreciate, it's a good neighbor.
Now, our Colonial Street has played many different roles over the years, but you may have seen her recently in the role of Suburbs of Sherman Oaks in the TV show Never Have I Ever, starred by Trey Ramakrishnan from Creative Entertainment. For fellow fans of the show, you might recognize Davy's house as that yellow house over on our right-hand side. But some other things that have also filmed out here on Colonial Street include movies like Kicking and Screaming, starring Will Ferrell, as well as Casper, starring Christina Ricci. But here are a few more times that you may recognize our Colonial Street over the years. Holiday, as well as my very best friend Bumblebee. Hey Bumblebee, do you want to see Oppenheimer later? You can get back to me. We also have the piano car from Oh Brother, Where Art Thou, starring George Clooney, as well as one of the vehicles from the Fast and Furious franchise. Now, speaking of Fast and Furious, family is super in the house. Norman, we talked about this. Oh no. No. The next. We're now arriving at Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Now when you look on out, you'll see that is a real Boeing 747. And it was actually a retired plane that was purchased for $60,000. But it cost $200,000 for them to deconstruct it into small enough pieces so that they could transport it here to our lot. But to tell you a little bit more about the production design behind War of the Worlds is director Steven Spielberg and production designer Rick Carter. Now, Steven Spielberg is just one of many great directors that we love working with here at Universal.
Movie magic only happens when a team of collaborators, often in the hundreds, work together to take an impossible mission and bring it to life. This is Jupiter's Claim, a nostalgic, small-time Southern California amusement park owned by former child star Ricky Juke Park. Over there, look into the winking well and have your picture taken just like the kids in that old 90s movie Kid Sharing. That's what this whole place is loosely based on. Remember that one? No? Live vision. A little further down, you can see the brand new Star Lasso experience. Built to showcase an unbelievable new live show. Oh, it's not looking so live anymore. Anyway, behind this Hollywood fantasy, lush frontier town lies a sinister secret. It is smack dab in the center. Welcome to the world of no.
Alrighty, folks. Well, I'm going to take Jordan's advice and, get out. But it looks like we have something coming in on the tram. Hello.
I'm the reason bad guys use a nightlight. I'm the reason the boogeyman begs his mama to look under his bed. And I'm the reason you just lost control of this whole operation. My name is Special Agent Luke Hobbs of the U.S. Diplomatic Security Service. And as of 16.9 seconds ago, I'm the man in charge.
The hell you are.
Let me clue you in on two things, sweet cheeks. One, there's a high-value witness from the Federal Protection Program aboard your
you guys for watching our YouTube video on us going to Universal Studio Hollywood. One thing that I would recommend to everyone is getting the Universal Fast Express Pass. With that, some rides were 80-minute wait time, and we just went by everyone's super quick. I believe it's $100 more per person, but it is totally worth it. From 80-minute wait lines to you getting on the ride in probably like 4 minutes. But keep in mind that we did go on Monday, so that's why our lines went by super duper quick. But if we didn't get that, then we would still be in the 80-minute wait times. So thank you guys so much for watching our YouTube videos. I couldn't really film too much of the rides because the 3D ones and then the roller coasters, I didn't want to lose my phone or anything like that. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share, and have a great day.